We are all multidimensional beings. What do I mean by that? Because that could sound like a provocative statement. Well, we are certainly three-dimensional beings. Um, what we see, feel, taste, hear, that is the three-dimensional world. Our bodies are in the three-dimensional world. What's the fourth dimensional world? Well, I would say that the fourth dimensional world is where humankind must evolve to if we wish to survive as a species. The four-dimensional world is a place of enlarged consciousness where really the beauty of the fourth dimension is awareness of your own. You travel back and forth to 3 and 4 because you cannot enact any of those things within yourself without bringing them through your body. But when you move to 4, it's really more about there is a sense of unity, there is a sense of um, knowledge, there's a sense of letting go a little bit of the ego's trappings and also learning the lessons. When you learn the lessons, the really beautiful lessons of self, it hardly ever happens in 3. It happens in 4. It happens in the sphere and the timelines of your heart and your spirit and your mind all in alignment. And then the fifth dimension is where you get to touch God. It's where there is no separation. It's where we are all one in unity. And I can touch there sometimes in meditation. Sometimes I just touch it and I get this literal thrill through my body. And a lot of times I feel it like right in my womb. Uh, but I rarely can hold it. And if you can hold it, that's absolutely amazing. And what a gift that is. And the trick of that is, can you then build the bridge to bring that same energy that also, by the way, is easier to touch in a group, in a community of people all yearning for touching that fifth dimensional space? Can you bring that back down through the fourth so that your persona can kind of accept it and um, absorb it and integrate it? And then can you bring that back down to earth, on this earth, in your body? That for me, first of all, is true alignment. And second of all, it's building that bridge to move back and forth that enables you. First of all, it's going to build power just in the activity and exercise of moving through them. But it's also how you build your shields. Yesterday was a test of the emergency broadcast system for whatever that means. And the news that I watch um, had some alarming things tied to them. And I'm not going to go into that now. However, first of all, it was fantastic to turn off all my electronics. I'm going to do that more often. It was freeing and beautiful, and I love not being accessible. It was a little, it got brought up a little fear, but it also shows you how ridiculously attached we are, how addicted we are. Um, but back to the topic. um, and in that time of the emergency broadcast system, it's kind of like, here's a place where we're all brought to this central point. And you might feel it in your body. And then can we all move together, let's say as a nation, through these different things and bring them back down through our body? Um, and when we hit, as I've said before, when we hit that critical mass point of people all being able to not just traverse 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, but really stay for long periods of time in 4. I don't stay in 4 because we're fluid and our humanity will get the better of us, and something will come up and trigger us and we're right back down to 3. We're right back down in the heart of our own personal feelings and emotions, and nothing feels universal, and you feel isolated, or you feel hurt and you're triggered. Those are all part of it. They have to be part of it. The worst part of it could be suppression. The noblest part of it is being able to see that, self-process it, bring it to a community, process it, move that energy, and move it up to 4. I've said before that the idea is that we leave behind the data, which is the literal details of the story, and move right into the energy now, or the frame of the story. The frame of the story should not leave you because they're your life lessons. They're what you've learned. They're the, let's say, the headline, right? But if you are still controlled by the little, you've got to keep telling your story, every data, every like little micron of it, you're still in it. And until you can step out of that, that energy won't shift. You're kind of staying in the bereavement group where you keep telling the story again and again, keeping you right where you are. So, what I ask you to examine today is, do you have that conscious ability to move between these spaces? And if you feel like, oh my God, no, I don't have that, I think you do. Let yourself take a moment and feel those moments where everything in you just rushes up to feel connected to God. Or when you're in deep community with someone, let's say that you meet someone and you recognize them as part of your soul family. That is a level of the 4th dimension. And it's where a lot of healing goes on. And so today, again, I'd like you to identify how you move between these dimensions. And if you haven't entertained this before, I bet you already do in some aspect of your life. And give that some thought and see what comes up for you there. And I will see you tomorrow.